What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. In today's video, we are reviewing Angel Studios' new series, The Wayfinder. Let's hop right into it.
Wait, what? And I was like, I didn't know that what yeah. So like it was nice because it wasn't always predictable. Sometimes like there was one I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what happened there. And then other times I was like,
Would you recommend it, Emery? All right, Wayfinders. Let's get into it. It sounds so formal. It sounds like the Joe Rogan show. Let's get into it. Okay, so Angel Studios' new show, Wayfinders. Emery, going into it, like, how do you like feel about it?
so I didn't really know a whole lot going into it. Like I think you had said like you and Dad had kind of talked about how it was like on Angel, and so like I didn't really know a whole lot, but we watched the trailer and I was like, okay, that actually looks really cool. So yeah, I did not have a whole lot of like expectations going in. So it was very much like a blind thing, like a blind watch, I guess.
Because I remember I saw the trailer and it was like a medieval show, and we love our King Arthur, we love knights and stuff like that. And so I was like, Dad and I think I saw it and I sent it to Dad, or Dad sent it to me, and I was like, interesting. So I watched it and I was like, the first thing I said this out loud, I was like, this is an Angel Studios show. I was like, what in the world? And our number one episode on the podcast was an Angel Studios show.
Yeah.
We're very proud of. We got a lot of subscribers from that. It was probably the most fulfilling episode. Probably my favorite episode. Is it your favorite episode?
It's my favorite episode.
Yeah, it's probably. With Angel Studios, it was really cool because like we just they're how is this? They're a a faith studio, so they make content that is for the faith, and they the owners are Mormons. They're kind of like rebranding themselves. What are they rebranding themselves as now?
I don't think we should discuss that. That's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go well.
So I was thinking when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is the next Narnia for Gen Alpha. And we watched the first episode for free.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I like what I'm seeing. I'm just gonna, so I was like, let me get like a month of it. So I had to spend like $25, I think, for a month. So please like and subscribe so I can get my money back. But hopping into the show, what did you feel about it?
I definitely liked it. Like, I love Narnia. Narnia is definitely like very like special. Obviously, like Aslan is like portraying like Jesus. Like that is what Aslan is, or who he is, I guess. And like you said, like we love the knights and that whole like medieval era. So it was really cool because the story is about these three kids who are from like now times getting transported to, we didn't really know if it was like another planet or a universe or something, but like
Realm.
Yeah, it was like a realm because there's like elf people, there's like goblin looking people, so it's definitely a little bit different. But it was very cool. I think there's even a dragon, which I love dragons, so it definitely had like a darker like color to it.
Color grading.
Thank you.
Next level on this show.
So yeah, and like I said, like I didn't come in with a whole lot of expectations. So, and I feel like sometimes that's a good thing. Like you don't come in expecting a whole lot. So then when when it's actually pretty good, it genuinely is, I guess like good. Like it wasn't like the bar was set here and it was here. So then it kind of falls short. Yeah. It's just like your bar was set like here. So when it goes above that, it's like, wow, that was pretty good. So,
because with the Angel Studios, they do a lot of like smaller, like isolated stories, like with a week away, it's a camp, so you can film at a camp. You don't need any VFX or CGI. But with this, I would say there's a ton of it. There's dragons, there's Cyclops, or what do they call him, like
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Which is really funny because there's a
Yeah.
whole scene where they're like, "Isn't that just a normal person?
Yeah.
Like we have 2 eyes," and it ends up being just like a 2-headed Cyclops.
Yeah.
So it's 2 heads
They're
with
like
1 eye.
they're scarier because of that. So I
Yeah.
was like, that it's clever writing, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You know, so I thought this show was just absolutely stunning, just so
Oh my
beautiful.
goodness.
Cinematography,
Yeah.
so good.
Where they filmed in Ireland. Hence my.
Is that why
sweatshirt.
you wore that?
That's why I
today?
wore this.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Hence my sweatshirt. They filmed in
Wow.
Ireland, and I have wanted to go to Ireland for like years,
Yeah.
like at least 10 years, and I'm 18, so like that says something. Like I've been wanting to go to Ireland for a really long time, and so seeing,
Clock's running out, so we better go.
I'm working on it. Don't worry.
I'm just kidding.
So seeing just like all of the beautiful green colors, and then just like the water, because there's some scenes where they're like in the jungle, or not like the jungle, but the forest. And then there's some scenes where they're like on cliffs, and there's just like beautiful water, and it's absolutely stunning. And it's like that. I feel like for me was the best character. The setting was just the
I
best.
would have
character.
to agree. Like this,
Yes.
the cinematographer is the best character.
Yes,
in the show.
and like these castles that they filmed at, it's like they're real castles in
Yes.
Ireland, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
So good.
I loved it.
So stunning. And like the contrast between like when you go to the did you notice this, like when you go to the human world, the color grading's different, and the cinematography is more simple and the directing's more simple, but then when you go to the realm that we have, this magical fantasy aspect, it's more elaborate, and it's
very,
did
yeah.
you notice that, like even the
I-
color gradings were darker but the green's brighter, and the other one it's like the exposure's more up in the real world.
So I didn't notice that like right away, but like
That's just
as you're
my-
telling
yeah.
as you're telling me this, I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, like I absolutely see that. But it helps me appreciate it more
Yeah.
because how you explain it, and you explain like what they have to do to get it to look like that, helps me appreciate all the different aspects of it even more. So
Mhm. Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool, and I was every time you remember I said this out loud while we were watching every episode. I basically would say like, "This is an Angel Studio show."
yeah, the budget is like does not, and I don't know how much they spent on it, but it just does not feel like it would be from a smaller production company. And I just feel like that shows how like what you can do with even if it's a smaller scale, like what you really can do
And
when you
like
put your mind to it.
the opening shot of the girl on the cliff was a green screen. I don't know if that was reshoots. I don't know if they couldn't actually film on a cliff. I don't know what it was, but there are moments where you're like, it's not great CGI, not the worst CGI I've ever seen.
It's true.
But because we've seen some really bad CGI, but it's still pretty good. Like personally, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's doable.
Mhm.
And so
But it doesn't take away from the story.
it takes
either.
away from the story.
It's
a
like
bad-
some
bad
CGs I've
CGI.
seen, I'm just staring at how bad it is, and it's like I'm not even paying attention to the story right now because
Yeah.
I'm just like how.
The
how-
prosthetics were good with the gun.
Yes, yeah. So like they had real, like
Yeah.
real. What is it called?
Prosthetics,
No,
makeup department, like that.
no, I don't.
effects.
Practical. But there we go. They had practical things.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I thank you. I literally could not think. They did have practical things, which I'm always a fan of. Like I love when they can actually do practical because especially from an actor standpoint, like you have something you're actually interacting with
Totally.
instead of like I'm just supposed to imagine, like which is a part of acting. You're supposed to imagine yourself in a lot of different situations, but it helps when it's something that you're actually like
Yeah.
in.
It reminded me of going back to the old way that this is just me because I love directing and stuff like that. This how they directed it went back to like the 80s and like 90s, and you know, where they would direct on actual in Ireland.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're just filming on sound stages or these giant rooms with these basically giant TVs surrounding you, and then they put up a background and
Mhm.
act that. They actually went there, and it's so beautiful. And the actors have said like it's not really that hard to like imagine and act in this because everything
Yeah.
is so real.
Yeah.
Because Angel Studios, like, no offense to them, I'm gonna make movies with them one day, but they do work on smaller budgets. That's why I'm like, how did they do this? Like, I'm guessing they did a lot of tips and tricks of like how to make it look like that and how to do this on a cheaper level. Watching it, I was like, this is so good. This is so phenomenal. and this is so fun, and it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it's a kid's show. It feels like the teen adventure coming of age story, which I really dig and really love. The cast, that was good casting on their part. The jock, the warrior of the
Mhm.
group, he's hilarious.
He's my favorite.
He's
Like,
yeah, he's the best. He's
so
the
good.
best.
He's not your typical like your typical meathead jock.
No, which
Like
I
he's
like. 'Cause
funny.
it's
Like his whole thing is like he also kind of wants to like perform. Like his dad wants him to play football. He wants to do theater, perform, stuff like that. So he's really funny. He does a good job.
He's probably my favorite character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Aside from like our setting
Yeah,
thing, like he is
you
the
just think he's
funny. Wow, gonna out me like that? Oh
Emery's like, "Oh, she was watching." She
no.
was like Hunky Brewster over here. No, I'm
No.
just kidding. She didn't say that.
I
But
just think he did a good job.
yeah, but he does a great job. I think the girl, I think she did a really good job. Her opening scene where we get to introduce her, it was acted really well.
Mhm.
I think when she's working with the werebeast or whatever, I think that there's
Werebear.
the werebear. I think it's kind of hard sometimes. Their chemistry isn't 100% there. But I like the character too of the werebeast, and I feel like they're kind of forming their own. And they even talk about this, the like kind of like the fantasy medieval Avengers, which is
Mhm.
pretty cool. And so I really liked it. I thought it was cool. And I thought it was fun. And they do lean into like magic a lot, which I'm
Mhm.
not the biggest fan of. I
Yeah.
don't do magic. We don't do Harry Potter. Probably gonna get a lot of comments off of that, but whatever.
When
But
do we not? Like-
yeah, yeah, that's true. But I, I, I didn't really love that. I understood why they included it because it is a fantasy world. Like that's how we explain why there are dragons and why there are, magic and why we have this black skull that has like this weird stuff on it that yeah, I don't know, whatever really. But the world the world building in this show is so good. You
Yeah.
feel like you're in a new world. Like there's so I guess it's a fish out of water story, but the world building is so cool. Like you actually feel like, oh, this isn't Ireland.
Oh yeah.
This is an actual different realm.
Yeah.
Because you see dragons, you see Biclops and Cyclops, and then you see goblins, and then you see these like humans that are like bounty hunters, and it's like that's really cool. And so I really like that a lot. But watching the show the whole time, I was like, this is Angel Studios. Where's the Christian and faith and religion aspect?
Mhm.
And Emery, where did you find that in the story?
I didn't, or at least I had a really hard time finding it. And when we talked to our dad, and he was talking about how like it might not necessarily have that aspect to it. It
Yeah.
might just be very like like family friendly, which is hard to find nowadays. Because
Maybe-
no matter what,
yeah.
there's some kind of language or some kind of something in movies and shows nowadays. So I understand maybe that's the route they were going, but yeah, I didn't find any faith-based things really
Yeah.
in here.
Me either, because I was looking the whole time. I was like, oh, wait, is this a story of like Moses? Is this the story of like, Abraham or Peter? And I was like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. So I was like, wait, what? Like, I don't get it. So I think Angel Studios really just bought this show because it's family friendly
Mm-hmm.
instead of it's faith based, like a week away. And so I think it's interesting, but I was really hoping for this to be the next Narnia. But while watching it, I was like, okay, I guess this is just the next like Percy Jackson for Christians.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Or and I saw that on the first episode. Then while watching, I was like, oh, is this more of like Game of Thrones for kids and Christians? Maybe I was getting more of that towards the end because we have like a dragon and we have these elves and knights. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but
I know that's in there though.
yeah, but I know like, what it is, So I was kind of getting more of that. Like,
'Cause, yeah, people have like powers, but it's not necessarily like as much. I feel like as Percy Jackson. Like they have like a lot of powers in Percy Jackson.
yeah,
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, So hopefully this like hopefully all this is making sense and it'll be good while like editing. But like hopefully this is like informing you guys. Like would you recommend it, Emma?
I think I would. I would just have to preference. Like I feel like I would have to preference things. You know, be like, this is kind of what you're walking into.
It's not the next Narnia.
It is not Narnia.
Not the next
It's
Lord of the Rings.
not gonna be like there's no Jesus
There's no
in
Jesus.
it. So like
Crazy.
if that's what you want, I probably wouldn't.
I would recommend it as well. I would have to elaborate too. I also think it's a really fun story. I love coming of age. I love when it's like groups of people. Some people call it the Breakfast Club groups, where it's like this jock and this nerd and this rebel. They would never work together until they have this one thing in common where they have to unite together. I love those stories. I love Guardians of the Galaxy because that's one of those stories. I love stories like that, and so that's why I love this one. I love the Knights. I love that there's like this prophecy. I thought it was really, really, really cool. And so I really enjoy the show, and I'm excited to get a season 2 because it left us on a to be continued,
Literally,
which is risque because
Yeah.
you never know if you're gonna get season 2.
exactly. Or this was filmed quite a while ago, so these kids are gonna look a little different now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I will say the ending was a little anticlimactic.
it was.
It was
Like
kind of
we,
like
a whole lot of like it was super like bam bam bam
Whoa,
bam,
more like
and like the
killing
music was
people,
dark.
like,
The music was dark,
sword
and then
fights.
like 2 minutes later, the music's all happy, and they're just like
Well,
going down the road, and I'm like,
yeah.
did I miss something?
They're like, I guess we have an adventure to go to, and it's
Yeah.
like, all right. They're like, we gotta save our friends, and it's like, and there's like this long shot, this crane shot where they're like going high, and it's like, okay, I understand why you did that because you want to leave it open, but I think maybe try a little bit harder on being like, because like
Yeah.
if you ended the show, just be like, well, I guess they live there now.
Right? Yeah.
But I'm glad we're getting a season 2. I will be watching that.
Yeah.
I do like the show a lot. I thought it was good. I'm gonna watch season 2. Hopefully we can do a review about that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for more. I'm very thankful.
Like I really love this world, and
Yeah.
so I'm
Say that one more
excited
time.
to see. I really love this world, and so like I'm excited to see what they do with it and like how they continue to not necessarily like grow it, but how we get to see more. And so like I'm excited for that. Not necessarily like the story that we have now or the characters. Like I do love the characters and the story that we have, but I'm just excited to see this world more. Like I really enjoy it. So
Yeah, totally. And I think that's really cool. And I'm very thankful that they didn't do anything weird.
yeah, because I know a lot of shows nowadays would have turned it on its head and done
Weird stuff.
really, really weird stuff with it. So
And so I love what they're doing. I'm very blessed and like thankful that like I can watch it with my family. I love that I can watch it with my family. And our mom was cooking dinner and she was like watching it, and our dad was watching it, our little sister was watching it. So I thought that was really, really cool. So yeah.
one thing about the story too is like it wasn't like I couldn't always tell what was gonna happen. Like there was one episode, but there was like 3 bombs, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "I didn't know that what." Yeah, so like it was nice because it wasn't always predictable. Sometimes like there was one, I was like, "I'm pretty sure I know what happened there," and then other times I was like, "Wait, what?" So I did appreciate that it was not super predictable and that it was something that like I was surprised with a couple times. So
The show's not predictable at all. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that the show's not predictable. And I love
you predict everything, so this is
it
perfect.
was so crazy because I remember we were watching the show and there's like it's the 6th episode and we're watching it, and then all of a sudden they reveal a plot twist and we all go, and then all of a sudden like my mom's in the kitchen, she gasps, my dad's gasping on the couch, my little sister's gasping, we're gasping, we're like
It's like,
and then
what?
10 seconds go by and then they really reveal another big twist and we're like, like it happened again, and then we're like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Then like another one go by and then they're like, we're like, oh my goodness, there was another twist. I don't think we've ever gasped out loud as a family together.
Yeah.
That was one of the very first times, and probably I'm always gonna remember that. We gasped watching the plot twist of the Wayfinders. So, but Emery, what would you rank this show 1 out of 10? We always try to rank 1 out of 10 for you guys to know on our like level how good it was. You know, what would you give this show 1 out of 10?
I don't. I feel like I would go with like a 7. I feel like that's
7?
good. That's good. Like the story's good. There's some things that like need work on or whatever, like the CG or some like
Yeah.
chemistry, things like that. Overall, I think it was a good show. So I think I'd give it a 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 as well. It's good. I think the magic aspect, I understand why they did it, but I just don't love magic. I'm more into the sci-fi aspect. I'm gonna give it a 7. I do think it's good. I'm excited to see a season 2. Angel Studios, keep doing what you're doing. Please greenlight a second season. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, I just spit. That's embarrassing. Cut that out. Lexi's gasping. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Emery, do you have anything to say?
No?
Yeah. So hopefully you guys go check out Wayfinders on Angel Studios. This is not sponsored at all.
No.
I know some people are probably thinking, oh, this is sponsored. It's not. We really like the show and we do it for fun. We are not sponsored, Lexi. I know it. We could be.
But
She's
we're
saying
not, though.
could
Like
be,
we're just
but we're not.
truly like
We're just fans.
excited to see what they continue to do. So
Yeah. So
we want to support. So.
yeah, we're just two PK Christian kids that love movies and television and are trying to make each other laugh. So God bless. See you guys later. Peace out.